was the Silver Coast, because all of the opportunities that we have here, in terms of work, also in terms of quality of life, for me that was very, very important. And I can't, living on the other parts of Portugal, I can't really think of a better place for me to start over. And the Silver Coast is what I chose completely.
I don't blame you. The Silver Coast is such an amazing place to live in Portugal. There is so much that can be said about it. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the slide we have on the screen, about Portugal as the country, and then why people are choosing to move to the Silver Coast, and not just Portuguese, but a lot of foreign nationals, including North Americans and Canadians, are choosing the Silver Coast. Why is that, Katerina?
So I think we can see five reasons in this slide. And is really, it's not just that. It can never be just that. But basically, the climate, moderate climate, as you were just talking about the Milton. I think that also reminds us that how safe our country is, not just in terms of criminality, but also in terms of weather, like, because we have an amazing climate. We have some days of rain, but we have a lot more days of sunshine. The temperatures are really nice. You don't really need that heavy jacket in the winter. And I think that's also one of the reasons why people choose us, not just the Silver Coast, but also Portugal itself. Then, about the Silver Coast, you have proximity to major cities. You can see for the apartment that we are going to talk today, we are very close, less than 1 hour to Lisbon, and more or less 2 hours to Porto. So we are really located. It's a strategic location, as it says this slide here, Alcobaça, and also the Silver Coast. Then you have also the picturesque landscapes, its culture, very unique. You can see everything around you. It's very historical. And that's probably one of the reasons why people are choosing us, because you have the historic sites, you have the quality of life, and because they are smaller cities, like most of the cities in the Silver Coast are like mid-sized cities, you can really sense like a sense of belonging. You can feel, people will know your name, people around you will know where you come from. And I'm actually having, this week I had a contact through my channel on YouTube from a Canadian girl that just said, I was living here for 4 months, traveled from north to the south of Portugal, and where I want to locate it is actually the Silver Coast, because she saw how close it is to all of the other bigger cities. But you have a lot more quality of life. It's a lot more affordable as well. And I think this is one of the things why people start looking at the Silver Coast as a main relocation area as well, and not just Lisbon and Porto, like the top things that they think of when moving to Portugal.
Absolutely. We do have a lot of inquiries as of last, hence working with you and your team in Portugal and having some listings here in the US from the Silver Coast. We have quite a lot of them actually, from brand new construction to opportunities like this that are like, kind of historic buildings where you can have such a unique property. We are so excited to be here today and talk to you about this amazing investment opportunity. But we wanted to share with you, if you don't know what is Alcobaça, what happens in this little city. One of the things I'm going to spoil, spoiler alert, if you don't know about this property, from the window you can actually see Alcobaça Monastery, and that to me is everything. It's everything. That's just the one reason, and probably the biggest reason why you should today, after this video, reach out and want to know more more about this property. But Silver Coast is about lifestyle. It's about having that peace of mind. Portugal has been nominated the safest country in Europe. We have good medical, good education, as Katerina has mentioned, all of these things. People are friendly. And if you don't believe it, reach out. We can send you the information for our upcoming trip to Portugal. It's official. We'll be sharing more information soon. We have a trip to Portugal, everything inclusive. We are going to visit the Silver Coast. We are going to visit some other amazing places, but this is the opportunity for you to get in a group of professionals. Everything is included, and you can have, visits with properties. Probably not this one. By then, this probably will have sold because it's an amazing opportunity. But Katerina will make sure we'll get some other ones in the books for us to see. So go visit, reach out. If you plan a trip, if you're not going with us to Portugal, I can connect you with professionals like Katerina, and they can show you around. They can show you some properties. But Alcobaça is an amazing historical place. We cannot wait to show you some more information. Katerina, tell me a little bit about, if I move to Alcobaça itself, the city there, what is there for me? Like, I'm not from there. What can I find there?
So basically, it's a historical city. You will feel that because everywhere you look, you will see that the buildings were done ages ago, and now they are starting to be all redone. So basically, but it's really easy for you just to walk everywhere because it's flat. You have plenty of choices of local cafes, restaurants, shops. Really nearby, you have a bus that stops in every little corner and you can just go all around. And the city has grown around the monastery. So basically, if you go far as like 10 minutes from the city, then you start to see the villas, the new construction, and that starts a little on the outskirts of the city. And basically then you have events throughout the year related to the beaches around you, like this one here. You have Nazaré really close, and São Martinho, which is the other photo, not the big wave, the shell, the perfect shell-shaped beach over here. And you have beach events, you have amazing food everywhere you look, stunning sunsets, and you also have like local events like this one where you have the monastery suites. Basically, they open the monastery and they have like concurso, help me.
It's like a, oh my gosh, I cannot say
Yeah,
that word now.
uh,
But
like a
it's a
championship, I don't
competition.
know,
Yes, a
competition,
competition.
exactly, where like they people will go inside, they taste all of the sweets that they have, and then they have to vote on the best one. So basically all of the pastries, they all go against each other with the best sweets that they have, and then the next one to win basically will always be remembered as the win of that year. And then people just start to go a lot to that pastry shop. So it's also a way of bringing a lot more business into the city and also to the locations and services around it. This one is really, really lovely.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so what do we mean by an amazing investment property in Alcobaça? We are not just here to sell your property. We are here to actually let you in on a lifestyle, on a little town that has so much history, that has so much warmth, so much culture, gastronomy. There is so much all around. Why does that make it a perfect investment opportunity? Well, the price of this property, I cannot wait to share with you, that is like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. It is an investment because it's not a ready to leave home. It is in requirement of some renovations that Katerina will talk to you in a minute, but we do have loan options for you. I want you to know that we got you covered. But what makes it an amazing investment opportunity is, know this: Portugal is a touristical country. We survive on tourism. Everything happens around tourism. So if you're looking to make a change in your life. Maybe you are a virtual nomad, meaning that you do work from home and you want to be in a cool environment with low cost of life and safety. Then this may be the perfect opportunity for you. If you are looking to invest in a different country where you can have a rental property, this offers you so many opportunities. If you're looking to move to a country where you can have your own company, imagine all the things you can do. If you're passionate to share history, culture with other people, you can actually have your own company. I always dream of this. I'm going to move to Portugal. I might be buying this property, Katarina. I'm going to be
Come,
moving to
come.
Portugal and I'm going to create all these tours where we can let people know from around the world about the monastery life. And in Portugal, from north to south, and many other countries, the monasteries were the ones that came up with the best beer and the best sweets in the world everywhere. So there is so much history, there's so much to learn. And then, as Katerina mentioned, we have the history, the historical buildings, but only on the outside. On the inside, they can be very modern because they have been renovated with accessibility to lifts, wide stairs. So if you're thinking, okay, I'm older, I want to have a relaxed life. I don't want to be, like going up the hills. There is flexibility for you in the kind of properties that Alcobaça offers. And then if you are into the beach scene, as I am, I'm a beach freak, you have everything for everyone. As a matter of fact, October, my favorite month in the world, and you know why? Because I told you it's my birthday and Katarina's birthday. I just found out in October. It starts the big waves in Nazaré. So there is the biggest waves you want to see. October makes for a wonderful month to go visit Nazaré. The weather is still good, starts getting a bit cooler, but it's amazing. And the gastronomy is all around seafood, but we also have a lot of meat dishes because it's in a little bit in the north of Portugal. And if you're like, hey, I want to go visit Lisbon and Porto, that is only a few minutes away. But by car and by train or flying, it's so easy to get around. Katerina, great presentation. I love everything you brought to us. There's also a lot of local attractions. There's a lot of sea life and hiking and activities, right?
Yes, exactly. Because you are so close. Like what I think about the Silver Coast is that if you go a little bit from the coast, you feel inland, like you are surrounded by mountains, you can hike, you can do all of these gardenings, everything. But you are so, so close to the ocean that a freak as you that loves completely like a beach, you can completely live 10 minutes away from the beach, but just drive or walk to it. So it's just, I think it's really the like amazing balance between nature and quality of life and affordability, and the local attractions are just like nature. You and once this is real, like once you are really connected with nature, your life just gets so much better. It's like everything is easier.
Absolutely. And that, my friends, is the beauty of
The
being
silver.
able to move to Portugal and the Silver Coast, is that when you think of going to Portugal, you're not just moving to a place, you're moving to a World Heritage country. There is so much. Easily any town is hundreds of years old. The buildings are a few centuries old. There is a lot that you are going to get when you move there. Now, let's talk about why we're here. If you want to know more about the area, if you want to get a trip there, if you want to join us on our upcoming trip to Portugal, just reach out. But I think you have a pretty good idea if you just join us. You can always go back to our Facebook page or find us on the YouTube channel later and start the video from the beginning. But we are here today, and thank you for joining us, everyone. The ones that I just see joining us now, that we are here today to talk about Alcobaça, one of the cities in the north of Portugal in the Silver Coast. And Catarina is a real estate expert that will tell you all about why we are here today. Other than talking about the wonderful Alcobaça, we are here to talk about a wonderful property. So, what do you want me to do first? Do you want me to show a video? Do you want me to show slides? What do you want, Catarina? Tell me.
I think we can just do the video first so we can
Okay.
actually see the location. Where is it? Like from here, you can see just the building in front of the monastery. And here you have, so this is just real, like 10 minutes, 2 minutes walk from the monastery, the big plaza of Alcobaça, just in front. And here you can see it all. And basically, one of the like first row buildings that you see over here, it's where the property is located, like this yellow one here. So it's just in front of the monastery. So you have an amazing view, like property investment. You just open your window and you see this UNESCO World Heritage Site.
There's hills as well, a lot of vegetation. It looks such a peaceful place.
It is. It's super peaceful. It's super peaceful, I have to say.
And thank you for doing this video, Katerina. You and your team have done a great job because it really showcases how close it is. So tell us about the property. What are we looking at? How many bedrooms, bathrooms? Tell us.
So right now this property has 3 bedrooms, but we have a plan to make it a spacious 2 bedroom apartment. Okay, this is the back of the building where at the time you have the kitchen and bathrooms, but right now we want to put the bedrooms on this side, and basically from the first like side of the apartment you can actually convert it into a living room and open space kitchen, so you can actually enjoy the view. Because when this apartment was done, looking at the monastery or looking at the supermarket, there was no supermarket at the time, but looking at it, it was just completely the same. And right now, for us being sitting in the sofa and you actually have the monastery just from your window, look like here, this
That's
just makes
amazing.
this just makes like a huge difference. So now we want to convert like the layout of the apartment. That's why we want to change it to a 3 bedroom to a 2 bedroom spacious one, because we want to have the living room and the kitchen in front from that window, basically in the front.
That would be amazing.
So here you can see first row monastery in front.
Absolutely. This is like prime location. This is prime location. I love it. And look at the
You
surroundings,
can see
guys.
all vegetable, all green. This is Nazaré,
Just minutes
really
away.
close.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So a great location if you want to live there permanently, retire. If you have children, no children. Why? There are schools. There is medical centers, good schools, good medical centers, restaurants, shops. If you are into the seaside beach lifestyle or the mountain lifestyle. Also, I've been told that when you have young kids, that they believe that Portugal is the land of castles and they love to dress with the little swords and everything. And it's so cute because Óbidos is just around the corner as well. And that's like a medieval little town. And they actually sell these wooden swords. And the kids love, I just had a family I sent there and they just love that. It's princesses and princes and castles. And it's just so beautiful. So I'm going to show you guys here. Katerina, guide us through this a little bit. So what we saw is the raw footage. This is what it can be.
Exactly, exactly. So as you can see from the
Go
beginning
back.
of the floor plan, you
Yes.
have the 2 windows over this side, like where my hands are over
Yeah.
this side.
On this way here. Yeah.
Exactly. And you have, so there is where we want to do the living room and the kitchen in an open space. You have to knock some of the walls that are there now, but it's okay because they are not structure walls. And then we still want to, so basically what you can see now is that from the living room to the from to the first bathroom, this is all 3 bedrooms that you can see one after the other. And this is what we want to convert: 2 in the living room and kitchen with an open space. Once you look at your window and you have the monastery just from it, from your sofa. And then you have a social, like a guest bathroom, just really close by. And then you have at the back of the apartment and not in the front, the 2 bedrooms. One is an ensuite, and both have inbuilt closets.
That's amazing. I really like this idea. So I actually already presented this property to a few people here, and for all my friends that love architecture, all my friends that love interior design, decor. Yes, Karen, I'm talking to you because I know you love this property. You have two choices. one that Katerina is going to talk to you about, that is to get a renovation loan. And you know, Katerina has all the contacts, all the whole system. Of course, you do not need to do this particular design, but this has been approved, right, Katerina? All of this can be done, has been confirmed, correct?
Yes, exactly, exactly. And we have a loan for this construction itself. If we for sure can do everything that you want. We just need always to check about the structure walls. But if we can convert it into a new layout as you wish, and then we just ask for a new construction budget, so we know more or less what to add on the amount of the purchase, basically.
Absolutely. But if you are like my very good friends that are into architecture, they really love the charm of an old building, and you want to keep that, you can.
Exactly.
You can just go and do the work yourself or get some local contractors. So there is so much you can do. You can keep that original doors, you can keep those original window casts. There's a lot you can do. So we're just giving you an idea of what can be, but it doesn't have to be your ideal dream home.
Layout.
It's
Yes.
just for you to know that Katerina here has done the whole work. Like there is projections, there is a budget already in place for you to know what it can be if you want to modernize it. And this is a great projection here, Katerina. Great
Yeah.
job. Yeah. The
Thank you.
bedrooms, modern, sleek.
You can
So new.
always have always of a lot of light into the rooms. From the front, you have the monastery window that brings light to the living room and to the kitchen. And then the other two bedrooms, you have another two windows that also bring natural light into the rooms. And it's a very it becomes a spacious apartment, good for like receiving some guests if you want, some family too, but also very suitable just for your daily life, for a couple and one child, for example.
Or even for rental purposes. This would be a good
Exactly.
income property. There is a lot of people that are applying for D7s, you guys. A lot of people are applying for D7s right now. We used to have the golden visas, those are still in place, but they have a lot of limitations right now. So a lot of people are turning to the D7. Why is that important for you to know? Because D7s, they need to have an address in Portugal. So that is for sure a rental income opportunity for you. And this property, being so close to major cities, being in an amazing city itself with a lot of opportunities, could really, be the interest opportunity for you. So let's talk about what matters most. Before you go ahead and show a little bit more, let me go ahead here and show something about the property. Let me just present to you something very quickly. So we have this property listed here. So if you go to har.com, you can do two things. You can look for Claudia Da Silva, you can look for Coldwell Banker as well, or you can do 40 Praça, 25th of April. And actually, if you just put my name, I'm the only person that has properties for sale in Portugal here in Houston. So you will be easy to find. You can see some pictures. We do have the pictures that are the actual pictures of the property right now, but we
Mhm.
also have the pictures of the mock-ups that we just showed you. This property is listed at 188.5. I mean, where would you in the US purchase a property at this price in an historical, amazing? I mean, this can only compare like close to St. Pete's Cathedral, or I don't know, like imagine one of the most historical streets in New York or DC. I mean, this we're talking about millions maybe, but this property is at the right price, is listed for an investor, is an investor special for you, something different that we are bringing to you than everything else we we have listed here. You can check, some more information here. And if you want to know more, if you want to have a virtual tour, if you actually want to book a trip to go look at this property and more, reach out so I can connect you with Katerina, and we will get it all set up for you. Now, we talked about loan options. So tell us a little bit about how can someone qualify, Katerina?
So basically, in Portugal, as a foreigner, you can get the maximum of 80% for a loan. And these here are the documents of what you need to have in term to qualify for it. And basically, because it's a renovation apartment, you get two loans. You get the home loan just to purchase the apartment, and you have also the renovation loan, where is just for the construction. And in terms of the construction, basically you start up front with your money, and then you have to, someone will go from the back to the property to check that that percentage of the renovation was done, and they will release the money to you. This is also good because in case you don't want to use 100% of the money that you ask for the renovation, you can, because basically they will always release some money to you if you ask for them to go to the property and check if it was done or not. In terms of the home loan, you can get to a maximum of 80%. And it's not that different for the Portuguese, just for you to be aware. We are at 90%, so it's just only 10% less. And basically, this is all of the documents you need. You need the passport, you need the social security number. This is something that our lawyers, and for sure lawyers that Claudia address, they can do that for you as well. Declaration of income. So where does your money come from? And you have just to prove it. Tax return from the state, US individual tax return, federal basically, and tax assessment note, and of course your credit report. This is documents that the banks all basically request, just to check your track.
Absolutely. Now, you guys, a few things. Not every bank in Portugal can do the home renovation loan. That's why you need to partner with us here at Coldwell Banker, either in the US or Portugal with Catarina. We have partnered with amazing vendors in Portugal that can facilitate you with every step of the way. We actually will be introducing you to some particular people that do these loans. We have some other options for you. If you do not want to do the renovation loan, you can still get a loan for this property that is not renovation. And we have a white glove service. That means that, as Katerina mentioned, we have lawyers, we have people in place that will facilitate everything, will help you open the bank account, it will help you do everything. That's what we've been working for years, to get all these people in place so you have a seamless process. If you want to know about how much can you rent the property for, if you want to resell the property, that's why we are here. We have eyes on the ground, feet on the ground, that we can answer all those questions. Katerina, thank you so much. This was an amazing presentation. I think I can speak for everyone living on the Silver Coast. Who's interested, just DM us and we will connect you. Katerina, is there anything you want to share?
No, I think we covered everything. Just on a side note, any questions they have, of course, reach out to Claudia, and I will be really glad and happy to receive you in Portugal, to do a tour with you, just to take you around, and to show you this property or any other property in Portugal, because really this is dreamland, and you can do so much more. And I'm pretty sure we all Portuguese acknowledge that having international people coming with a different perspective and bringing new business just enriches us as a culture and as a country. So be welcome, and we are here to receive you. Thank you very much, Claudia.
You
Always
are
love.
very welcome. Before we go, you guys, I just want to mention a few things from this video. I don't know if some of you noticed, next to the property, you have cafes, restaurants, a pharmacy, a bank. Guys, this is an amazing opportunity. We cannot wait to answer any more questions you may have. Katerina, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you. Of course.
Everyone,